Um, Hello. You should know who we are already. I'm Wade. This is Joe. We have made this channel so friends and family and people we know and are, nosy like we are want to keep up with some of our travels because we are living in an RV full time. Um, this kind of came about over a couple of different scenarios, kind of all coming to head. The original idea actually was a very just like brief little daydream where we were like, I think it was this first year we moved in together.
Yeah, I think so.
We were still in the apartment, but basically we were like, because Joe, you traveled a lot,
Yeah, when I was a kid.
like lived in an RV and a fifth wheel and stuff like that, and Joe was constantly telling me all these stories about all the stuff she got to see as a little kid, and I was always like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we had an RV and went traveling so I could see all those things that I didn't get to see, and blah 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 blah. And then 10 years later, here we are. Yeah. Part of it was with the townhome we were living in, had a catastrophic washing machine issue. Long story long, it's in the basement. I'm not going to sit down there and babysit a washing machine. I just go to the stairwell and listen to see if it was still running. And in this case, I heard it still running, so I went back upstairs to hang out with the people I had over. And then I went downstairs again, just listening, and it was still running. And this is like hours later. So I go down to see why it still sounds like it's running instead of finished, and when my foot hits the carpet, it splashes. So the entire basement was flooded because water was constantly running for
Inches of water.
hours. There was inches of water, like I would say at least a solid 2-3 inches of water. That was in June?
Yeah.
A year ago.
June or August.
A year ago. Pretty much a solid year ago. So like right in the middle of the pandemic and stuff. So of course contractors and stuff were impossible to get a hold of. And again, long story long, it was an absolute nightmare.
And they had to rip out wall, like do huge flood cuts, rip out the
carpeting had to get ripped out. They ripped out the tile.
The washing machine was dead, gone.
Yeah, whatever was wrong with it, the guy said it was a better to replace it than to try to fix it, and yeah, it was a mess. So that, and then
the insurance
it's just the insurance.
their
I don't
feet.
even want to get into the insurance
right,
stuff.
But
yeah, basically part of it is we were like, not loving this house anymore. And then also, Becky, my mother-in-law, her mom, who technically owned the house and we were living in there and paying her utilities and such like that, she ended up being like, hey, I do not want to put any more money into this house. I mean, that's the short end of it. She was like, I don't want to put you guys out, but I don't want to own this townhome anymore. And we were like, okay. So, we started looking for places and and it was actually, we were back and forth on whether or not we wanted to get rent either an apartment / house or do the RV.
Becky was also willing to sell us the townhome if we wanted to put the work into it.
But we
weren't.
Which we super did not want to do.
Especially after the second time it flooded.
Yeah. And then like earlier this year, like way early this year, the water heater decided to piss all over the place too. So like it flooded again almost. I mean, not nearly as bad, but still enough water that it was like you needed to get the
we needed
industry level fans, and
we had to completely replace the water heater.
Yeah.
Didn't have running water inside of the house for a while.
But beyond that, we were kind of waffling back and forth on whether or not to get an apartment or an RV. And then we both decided that we don't want to be in North Carolina much longer. Both of us moved around a bunch as kids. I think we've both been in North Carolina longer than any other state we've lived in as children.
Too long.
Too long. I think Yeah, it's too long. And
the
also,
only thing keeping us here is the people. And
that's the reason we're in an RV too, is the people. So we have some of the, best friends you could imagine living here in North Carolina, but I know that their long-term plan isn't to stay in North Carolina either. So, and because a lot of travel we were planning on doing last year didn't happen because, there was a horrifying, scary, deadly pandemic going on. So now we want to be able to travel and see people that are at least stateside. So yeah, we're gonna first be hitting places where we know people we know are living now who have moved away from North Carolina, or at least the southeast area. And we're gonna go visit some people all over the country and then go from there.
See places we've always dreamed of, like
Yeah,
national parks.
National parks.
That's a big one for me, at least.
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, absolutely give us
Cool
suggestions
landmarks.
on stuff we should go look at. Also, if it's
World's biggest yarn balls.
not super popular, kind of off the beaten trail. Is it trail? Probably.
I think it's off the beaten path.
Same difference. But yes. So we live in an RV now. It is currently we are still in the Raleigh area. We will eventually do a tour / walkthrough, whatever, but we're still figuring out organization and customizing stuff and making it prettier than the factory standard kind of things.
Yeah, some of these things.
Kind of ugly. Just a little. But yeah, we have 2 cats. The cats are with us. They've adjusted shockingly well. Of course, they hate it when we drive it. That, their whole world is shaking and moving and making horrible sounds, so of course. But overall, once we are parked and hooked up, they adjust very quickly.
I think they're handling it well.
I think they are. They're handling it. Loop is handling it better than I thought she would. Gaia, our long hair, she is a little fearless when it comes to big changes. She's just kind of okay, all right, this is the new thing now. But Loop has always been a little bit sheltered.
She's sensitive.
She's sensitive. But yeah, she wants to know that she's safe, and you can't articulate what's happening to a cat when you're moving their house around. So, but again, they're fine. They're adjusting well. They've started running around and playing and stuff like that. We have their litter box in our bathroom. That's one of the customizations we did, is we cut a pet door into the door of the bathroom so we can keep that door closed, but they still have access to their litter box. And this is mostly just going to be an intro video / channel intro. We don't really care if you guys share this channel with other people, but it is primarily going to be for people we know, to just keep track and follow our adventures if you so choose. It's mostly because we were thinking how we could keep people in the loop and share stuff, and we figured just vlogging would be the easiest way. I think I might also do an Instagram, just because I do take a lot of pictures more than I take videos. But yeah, I'm gonna share this on my personal social medias, and then send links to people who I've promised to send links to, and etc. etc. But yeah, we're not trying to be DIYers or anything. This is truly just almost like a video journal of what's next in our lives. Yeah.
Fun.
But yeah, anything you guys want to know, anything you guys want to suggest, always feel free to do that wherever you're, on my Facebook, or if I put up the Instagram or on the channel itself. It literally doesn't matter to me. What else? Oh, I feel like I've been pretty good this video, but just I guess a disclaimer for many of the future videos, we cuss like sailors, and we don't mean anything by it. It's just part of our vocab. We're not trying to be shocking or offensive. It's literally just, it's a very casual thing for us. We don't mean it to be offensive or edgy. It is, yeah, this is a little bit of a sorry / get over it, because, I don't really want children watching my stuff anyway. So, we're not going to be doing weird stuff or whatever, but that's who we are as people. we swear a lot. So
It's not adult content.
It's not adult content.
We're not
but
making content for kids.
exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, all of our friends are adults, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, this is more, again, it's just a disclaimer. If you're sensitive to cussing or certain cuss words, we use a plethora of them. So, yeah, that's just what that is. And, you know, other things. We're gay. Get over it. We're gay, we're queer, we're exploring gender and bullshit. If that's gonna bother you, either don't watch or keep it to yourself, because we don't care. But other than that, if I send you this channel, if we send you this video and stuff, that means we, you know, want you to follow the journey with us if you want to.
Yeah, don't ever feel obligated to keep up with the videos.
Yeah, you don't have to boost us or promote us or anything. This is purely...
Don't hit the bell.
Don't hit the notification bell. Listen.
Leave her alone.
We're just recording right now. I don't know how YouTube works. We'll figure it out as we go. So, yeah, I for some reason foresee this video being a lot longer, but I think that's it for our, like, intro video.
I think so.
Anything else?
I love you.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Have day, do work, be gay.
Have day, do work, be gay. Bye.